Over in the state of Meghalaya, a huge leap into the digital future is happening. But if you look just a little closer, you start to see a really strange contradiction. While a fortune is being spent on brand new things, a priceless treasure of old knowledge is basically being left behind. So, what happens when you race into the future, but forget to pack some of the most important stuff from the past?
And really, this one question just says it all. If you've got over 100 crore rupees to build 72 new digital libraries from scratch, how come the state's biggest, most important library, with its massive collection, is being totally left out of this digital revolution? Let's dig into what's actually going on here.
Okay, first up, let's look at the big, flashy project, this massive digital leap forward. On paper, it sounds like an absolute game changer for the state, right? A huge investment in bringing knowledge into the 21st century.
And we are not talking small change here. This is over 100 crore rupees. To put that in perspective, that's well over 12 million US dollars. All of it poured into building a brand new digital library network from the ground up, designed to connect every single part of the state.
So, where did all that cash go? Well, it was used to create 72 new digital libraries. And the goal here was pretty ambitious: to get a library into all 12 districts of Meghalaya, making sure that even people in really remote areas would get access to modern resources.
Now, you might be thinking these are just rooms with a few computers, but no. The idea was for these to be real community hubs. You'd get free ebooks, online courses, even help accessing government services. It's a really modern way of thinking about what a public library can be.
Okay, so while all this excitement is happening around the shiny new stuff, something really important was getting left in the dust. What about the state's main flagship library, the single most important collection of knowledge in the entire region?
Right in the middle of the capital, Shillong, you've got the State Central Library. This isn't just another building. For decades, this place has been the keeper of the region's memory. It's an absolute treasure trove of books and historical documents.
And the size of this collection is just wow. It holds 185,000 physical items. This isn't just old novels. We're talking about rare manuscripts, crucial historical records, and books that span generations. It's huge.
Now, to really get why this is such a big deal, you just need to know this one little acronym, OPAC. It stands for Online Public Access Catalog. It's the simple digital system that lets you go online from your phone or computer to see what books a library has. It's standard stuff for pretty much any modern library. But the State Central Library, nope, it doesn't have one. And that right there is the whole problem.
So, what we've got here is a real tale of two libraries. On one side, you have this brand new, futuristic digital network, and on the other, this grand old institution. Let's just put them side by side and see what the priorities look like.
And this table just lays it all out, doesn't it? It's a total paradox. On one side, a massive 100 crore plus investment in new buildings. The kind of stuff that's super visible, perfect for a photo op and an inauguration. And on the other side, the flagship library, where the boring but absolutely essential administrative work of just creating a searchable catalog for its 185,000 books gets next to no funding or attention. And look, this isn't just some boring administrative detail. This has a real, frustrating impact on people's lives. The lack of this one basic digital tool causes a whole bunch of problems for pretty much everyone.
Okay, so put yourself in the shoes of a student in Shillong. You need a specific book for your class. Your only option is to travel to the library with no idea if they even have the book, let alone if it's available. You might spend hours traveling and then searching through old card catalogs only to find out the book was checked out last week. It's a huge waste of time and money, and it's a problem an online catalog would solve in literally 5 seconds.
And it's not just students. This one failure sends ripples out everywhere. Regular citizens waste time on pointless trips. Researchers can't even tell what's in the collection to plan their work. The library staff are stuck using ancient, inefficient systems. And maybe the scariest part? All those rare, priceless books are vulnerable, with no digital backup to preserve them for the future.
All of this really makes you step back and ask a much bigger question, right? A question about how governments work. What do we actually mean when we say progress? And what kind of work is considered valuable?
Yeah, it really comes down to this classic problem, visible work versus invisible work. It's always easier to get money and attention for a shiny new building you can cut a ribbon in front of. It's way harder to get support for the invisible work, like database maintenance or cataloging old books. But here's the thing. That invisible work is the foundation that makes everything else actually useful.
Which brings us right back to that huge, nagging question. If the government says digitization is a priority, and they're willing to spend over 100 crore rupees on it, how on earth do you justify leaving your single biggest, most historically important collection of 185,000 books completely out of the loop?
So what's the deal here? Was it just an oversight? Somebody forgot? Was there just no money left in the budget? Or, and this is the tough one, was it a deliberate choice? A decision to chase the political win of a new project instead of doing the fundamental work of maintaining what you already have? The answer to that says a lot.
But you know, understanding all this isn't just about pointing fingers. It's about arming yourself with the right questions to ask so you can push for progress that actually works, not just progress that looks good for a press release.
And there are actual, concrete things people can do. You can go see for yourself if these new libraries are working. You can file a Right to Information request, an RTI, and ask the government for their exact plan to digitize the central library. Ultimately, you can demand a unified system where the new digital hubs are connected to the vast collection of the old one.
And so, all of this leaves us with one last, really important question to think about. In this day and age, what's the real measure of being digital? Is it about how many shiny new buildings we can inaugurate? Or is it about how easily any citizen, a student, a researcher, anyone, can access the incredible wealth of knowledge that we already have?